this isn't necessarily a big trailer, it's still something that the fan base has been waiting on for a long time. We wanted to see something that gives us an idea of how things are going, and I just don't think this does that. This is a packed direct.
The battle of light and darkness approaches.
This is it, bro.
Filled with memorable adventures.
Is this
Three
it,
collections
bro?
of Kingdom Hearts games are coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm nervous, bro. I'm nervous, bro. I'm nervous.
And 3 compilations. Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3.
Oh, wow.
Also launches October 8th.
Okay, when you see them put out collections like that, that usually means they're about to drop something crazy. Is this it?
この世界の構造はとても複雑で、私たちが定義する光と闇を具現化したものは存在しなかった。でもそれを定義するこの世界に来たことで、この世界にも私たちの定義する闇が現れた。
Testralicia? Bro. Yo, who's that? Luxor, oh my goodness, bro. Yo, gameplay. Okay. Okay, it looks a little choppy. But conceptually it's there. Okay, big monster battles, okay. We're seeing some FF16 influence here. What is there a release? Available at launch on Switch 2. Okay, they didn't give us a release window.
How was that?
It looks so clean. Is this Strelitzia? I don't recognize the voice. I have to compare the Japanese voices.
構造はとても複雑で存在しなかった。でも
But why would that be Strelitzia in this coat? I guess Master of Masters had to have brought her here somehow, and she wouldn't have survived without the coat. At least from what we know. But why is she wearing it here now? Unless that's Ava. This might be Ava. I'm putting my bet out right now. I'm willing to bet that this is Ava.
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間、光と闇を具現化したものは、この世界の構造はとても複雑。あなたはこの世界に来て7日間、私たちが定義する光と闇を具現化したものは、7日間、ずっと眠っていたの。
They sound different to me. They're very similar, but they sound different to me. That's my bet. That's my vote. I think that's Ava. This is about to be a huge reunion of the people who were around during the age of fairy tales. Yo, Sora getting thrown through glass is crazy to me, bro. That's wild. Strelitzia. Who is that? Is that Brain? Or Sigurd? I think that's Sigurd. Yo, and then hold on. There's so much in this, bro. Where's Strelitzia at? This frame of Strelitzia, like they're really honing in on the look now. I feel like this looks so much better than the screenshots that we got last summer. Or last spring, whatever it was. Who is that, bro? Who is that? This actually might be Brain. Yep, that's Brain. Yep, that's Brain. Interesting. And Luxor. Sword, however you say his name. It's got to be MOM. And that's young Xehanort. Yo, with the umbrella. That's crazy. It looks clean, man. It looks clean. I still don't know how I feel about the realism here and like the realistic versions of some of these characters. Like Sora looks almost like there's none of that like cartoonish or anime charm to him anymore. And I don't know how I feel about that. The gameplay, okay, so the gameplay part is where I have to wait to see more. Because right now, this still seems very early development. They didn't give us a release window. They didn't give us a release date. This reminds me of the 2015 Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that we got. And it's because there's so much of that choppy floatiness to it that I don't think that's gonna stay. At least I hope not. Okay, that looked good. That combo looked good. That combo looked pretty smooth and fast, which we like. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what we saw in the screenshots, right? It was him riding on the rails and fighting these exact Heartless. So I'm willing to bet that most of this, if not all of this, is from footage that is not super current. It's, at least like for the gameplay, I don't think this is, and this might just be me being hopeful, but it just doesn't seem like, with the amount of time that's passed between the screenshots and today, I'm still kind of seeing hints of the same thing here. Like, Sora has a shadow, and I pointed this out in the video I did talking about the screenshots. Sora has a shadow, while the Heartless don't still. Like, we're still missing basic stuff like that. Sora is the only object that has a shadow, or at least like the only moving object that has a shadow. And like, you know what I mean? So I feel like since it's been a year since the screenshots, I feel like shadows probably would have been added by now. So this doesn't give me like current state development vibe. Yeah, it still looks a little choppy to me. And like I said, it reminds me of the E3 2015 trailer we got for KH3. Not as fluid as we know that it can be, especially from where we ended off at in KH3 Remind. This has some ways to go. I think we're still pretty far off from an actual release for this. Like, and there's some lighting things here. I think there's some lighting things that need to be touched on. But like these details, man, the details in the city and everything, great. Also, I think it's very telling that we haven't seen another world yet. We haven't seen anything outside of Quadratum yet. I think that's pretty telling. I mean, we saw in the screenshot, like there's this like library looking place, but like we haven't seen anything outside of that. So again, I think we're far off. The lighting here looks a little strange to me. Sora's like hood being like this super bright red at night. This looks like sunshine, like the sunlight is hitting it straight on, but it's at night. So I think there's still some lighting things that we got to touch on. Still no shadows here. What I'm really impressed with is, again, the details in the city. Like, you got the puddles and they're reflecting the light off of the car headlights and the lights within the stores. Even just the texture of the rain on the street, the water on the street looks super clean, and the wear and tear on the crosswalks really nice, which kind of makes me believe that, again, we're still far off from getting the final product of this, but because the environments and things are so detailed, it gives me hope for maybe being sooner than I initially thought. Before today, I was thinking we were going to see Kingdom Hearts 4 at the very earliest come out like first half of 2027. But given the state that this looks to be in, I got to push that now. I got to push it. I don't know, man. It looks like a 2028 kind of situation. It looks like an early 2028 situation. Unless there's something that we don't know yet and there's something that they're not showing us and that they're waiting to show us, that's possible. Because again, like this seems very like, it seems in the same state that we saw those screenshots in, which were a year ago. And I have a hard time believing that they have made no visual progress on the game for the last year. And that could be because of a few different reasons, right? Maybe they are working on the environments right now and working on the worlds and less on character models, right? And maybe the fluidity of the combat is coming in late stage. Maybe that's where the polish comes in. From the looks of it, they seem to have a good conceptual idea of how the combat's going to work, some of the special moves and things that Sora can utilize. I really don't know how the development cycle goes on video games. I have no idea, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. The only thing that I can do is speculate based on what we've seen in the past. And from what we've seen in the past, when we see a trailer that looks similar to this one in terms of movement, combat fluidity, on top of the environments looking really, really detailed, couple years. I give it a couple years. Don't forget, when we had the KH3 trailer 2015, like we had the Hercules world looking beautiful. We had the Tangled world looking beautiful. What was, I think we saw a little bit of Twilight Town looking beautiful, right? But that was 2015. The game didn't come out till 2019. With the state of the combat and again, me speculating based on what we've seen in the past, I don't think we're 4 years away. Like from like 2015 to 2019, I don't think we're 4 years away necessarily, but this doesn't give me coming soon vibes. Wow. Okay. So that's a very small update for sure. It's not the biggest update and it's not really much to go off of in terms of progress and like where we are in development, but there is a lot to talk about still. I mean, the trailer is about 1.5 minutes long. And we see Luxord now. We see Brain. I'm pretty sure that's Brain. We see Sigurd, and we have a new faceless voice, who I believe is Ava at this point. We have some combat things going on, and some things that we can speculate off of. I do look forward to seeing more and hearing more about where we are. But like I said, there's not a whole lot to go off of. My bet right now for release window, I'm thinking early 2028. I have to see more. I have to see more to really gauge where we are with things. I like it and I don't like that they gave us a trailer without a release window. And I'm not saying that they should have given us a release window here, because if they're still 2 years away, like 2 years or more away, I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me, because there's no way that that's gonna stay true. At least like in today's gaming climate, like when you announce things that are 2 years out, like they're just gonna get delayed. But I do still wish that we would do more of these bigger updates and bigger trailers when we're closer to the release window. And while this isn't necessarily a big trailer, it's only 1.5 minutes long, it's still something that the fan base has been waiting on for a long time. We wanted to see something new. We wanted to see something that kind of gives us an idea of how things are going. And I just don't think this does that. I don't think that this actually fulfills that need from the fan base. At least for me, it doesn't really give me a lot to go off of in terms of where we are in development. And a lot of that is because, like I said, it just seems like a lot of what we saw were just video versions of the screenshots that we saw. Now, granted, like we see new characters and that's great, but like no voices yet. I mean, we hear that one girl's voice, fine, but everybody else is voiceless. Not even Sora has a voice yet. We heard him like grunt and like, have those attack noises or those taking damage noises. But those are stripped from older games. I recognize those sounds already. So, like I said, it doesn't give us a lot to go off of. I understand that Square Enix probably felt pressured to give us something just to, quench our thirst a little bit. I'm sure that they felt like without giving us something this year, that they were going to get a lot of heat. And they probably were going to. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's almost like I wish for two opposite things at the same time. I kind of wish that Square Enix would be more patient with themselves, but I also wish that we received more like genuine updates along the way too. And those updates don't always need to be in the form of trailers for me. They don't always have to be these like extravagant trailers. I don't need a big trailer along the way every few months, every like twice a year, once a year. I don't need that. I just need to know where things are going, how things are going. Like if y'all put out a tweet, a couple of screenshots here and there, like fine, that's all I need. But don't start showing me gameplay and don't start showing me like cutscenes and things like that until you know, or like without a shadow of a doubt, when that game is getting released. And granted, like we didn't see any real cutscenes like that. So like, I don't think that we're gonna see this very soon. FF7 Part 3, I know that Square Enix is full steam ahead on that. I think that we did confirm that 2 different teams are working on those, but when it comes to the marketing part, like I just don't believe that Square Enix is all that concerned about the marketing for it. And I wouldn't be either. If I were running the business and I was that guy, I probably would be in the same boat. I'd be like, let's get FF7 out so that we can have another fresh marketing and promotion cycle for another game. If we run them at the same time, they kind of take attention off of each other. So in my mind, I probably would go the route of full steam ahead on marketing FF7. Once that drops, let it breathe for a little while, and then Cage 4 like just go crazy on. Because then you have that momentum of just like nonstop. Square Enix is like going crazy. I'll probably have to watch this a couple more times, but that's kind of where I'm at with it now. It doesn't give us a lot to go off of, but it's cool to see. It's great to see the new characters and everything. But I'm skeptical about the release date right now. Peace.